Hioi. It's hard to shake off the walled city. Its gravity clings to you as if wretchedness itself had grown tentacles. The sounds of suffering subside, but the echoes still thrum your insides. Isabel walks quickly, regularly checking over her shoulder as if expecting pursuit from the buildings themselves. She hugs her cyberdeck to her chest as if protecting a small child. Wu pauses a moment and breathes a sigh of relief when you finally reach the streets. But returning to Hioi isn't like coming home. Suspicious looks and closed mouths accent unsmiling faces that billboard a universal language. You don't belong here. Time to report back to Kindly Cheng and inform her that the message has been delivered. Get this business over with. Get your sins burned. Get on to the next step, whatever that is. You leave the city of darkness behind, head to the mahjong parlor, and a date with a crime lord. Alright. Huh. I can go to the empty art station. I'm gonna assume nothing's changed and just go straight to the parlor. Oh, wait a minute, things have changed, never mind. Maximum Law? Your name is Maximum Law? Bins of electronics crowd every dry patch of deck space on this rusty old boat. A young man wearing bulky virtual reality goggles glances your way for a moment, then turns away in disdain. Who are you? He doesn't even look at you. Shop's closed. Get lost. Alright, cool. Cool story, kid. I just want to find a magic shop. But we don't have any money yet, right? Oh, this guy's gone? That's interesting. Alright, back in the parlor. Kindly Cheng watches you closely as you walk across the mahjong parlor. As you approach, her lieutenant leans in, brings her mouth close to the prior boss's ear. Cheng smiles and nods, her eyes never leaving you. There's a twinkle in the straw sandal's eye. I've heard from Bao, he got my message very clearly. And I understand that there were no casualties created during your little delivery run. I am pleased and surprised. No expectations, huh? You gave simple instructions, would have taken an idiot to mess it up. Isobel did a great job of guiding us. I get that a lot. I get that a lot. A wry grin, do you? Perhaps your bravado is warranted, we'll see. My message was delivered, and Strangler Bao is back in the fold, earning for me. As far as I'm concerned, our transaction is complete. Oh, you're welcome. While you were gone, I set the wheels in motion to wipe your identities. She pulls out her PDA, stabs a button with a lacquered fingernail. The order has been sent. Congratulations, you are now sinless, shadow people. Wu exhales heavily. His eyes remain focused straight ahead, but his shoulders sag. Well, I guess that's done. I didn't like the way my life was going anyway. We'll figure a way out of this, Duncan. Yeah, no, this is nowhere near complete. Well, I guess that's done. Yeah, I guess so, but I'm not. Wu pulls himself up to his full height. Whoever gave the kill order on Carter also forced us to give up our identities and took Raymond. Wu sets his jaw firm. That's all I can think about. Finding who did this, finding Ray. And how are you gonna find him? Are you gonna ask Madam Cheng for help to find Ray? Kindly Cheng holds up a hand. While I was working to get your sins burned, I also had my network look into Raymond Black's disappearance. Oh, thanks. Thanks, madam. I've been thinking about what you told me earlier, and I agree. She eyes the room carefully and leans in. I can't just let this lie. Someone killed my runners. It would be a sign of weakness to the Yellow Lotus and the others if I do nothing. Yeah, that's right. That's right, madam. She rests her PDA on the mahjong table facing you. The Triad boss's tongue slips from her mouth as she looks over the top, hunting for the right button on its upside-down interface. She finds it and looks up at you again. I have news to share with you, my darlings. The kind you won't like. Thanks. Raymond Black is dead. Well, she taps the button and a recorded newscast appears on the screen. Raymond's photograph appears on the screen behind the reporter, standing on the docks in Victoria Harbour. It's a picture you've seen before, a professional portrait taken for a press release about a youth centre he was opening in the Redmond Barrens. Under Raymond's photo are the words, Seattle man killed. I mean, was his corpse ID'd? Like, maybe he faked his death. Another shooting involving the police department. A Seattle community organizer and industrial engineer was apparently shot and killed while resisting arrest at Victoria Harbour last night. Man, the cops are out of control. Hong Kong Police Force police report that the UCAS man, Raymond Black, was behaving erratically and would not respond to police orders to surrender. No additional information regarding Black or why he was traveling to Hong Kong are available. Police have stated that due to this shooting's proximity to last night's shootout with the White Star, the investigation must remain confidential and no other details are being revealed at this time. Huh. Kindly Cheng taps the button again and the video closes. Wu puts his hand to his face. This just keeps getting worse. It definitely isn't getting any better. You were right, Auntie. That was news I did not like. Do we believe the news though? I'm not sure that we believe the news. It definitely isn't getting any better. Raymond's dead. No, maybe he's not. Duncan. The news lies. The news said we were terrorists. Right? You can't believe what you see on the news. It's fake news, Duncan. I mean, maybe he's dead, maybe he's not. Wu puts his hands over his mouth, trying to process the information. He sways, and for a moment it looks as if he's going to pass out. Man, he is not cut out for this. How is Duncan gonna survive this whole game? Isabel reaches out to touch Wu, thinks better of it, and pulls back her hand. Get wrecked! Sorry for your loss. I never had a father, so I don't know what it's like to lose one, but sorry. Raymond dies the same night we were ambushed. That's no coincidence. You okay, Duncan? I'm not gonna baby him in front of Madame Cheng. Alright, Raymond dies the same night we were ambushed. That's no coincidence. No fucking way. Kindly taps the video's closed. She hunts around the keypad and selects another button. I'm afraid that's not all, my darlings. This is security footage from Victoria Harbour from last night. You'll find it contains a contradiction. Yeah, no, don't... It's fake news. Security footage from Victoria Harbour from last night. A contradiction. The PDA shows silent, grainy video footage of Raymond sitting in a tea shop, flanked by two guards. He's looking down at something in his hand, completely distracted. The footage continues and the camera displays several black-clad figures entering its field of view from different angles, guns ready. A tall, sharply dressed man in a suit walks briskly towards Raymond, flanked by two more. Raymond stands to face him and the camera gets a clear view of the suit's face. White plastic. A white plastic face. His guards turn to draw weapons and muzzle flashes erupt from all sides. One of Raymond's guards goes down and his submachine gun fires wildly, hitting the camera. Wu puts his hands on the table and leans in. Those weren't cops, and Raymond wasn't resisting arrest. Yeah, no, it didn't even show Raymond die. It didn't show Raymond die. It showed one of his guards got hit. And then the camera got hit, and then we didn't see anything else. Raymond's not necessarily dead. What's with that guy's face? Gobbert reaches up to stroke the rat perched on the shoulder. Is that a mask? Could be a implant. It doesn't look like a mask. Looks like some sort of semi-rigid plastic implant. Real craftsmanship. She pushes out her lower lip in appreciation. Quite the fashion accessory. It's also the kind of fashion accessory that stands out in a crowd. This guy's either a fool or an arrogant son of a bitch. He sets his jaw firm. Either way, I'm gonna find him. Yeah, how are you gonna find him, Duncan? Kindly Cheng watches Wu intently. I believe you. Check. Madam. Wu says a lot of things, madam. I don't think you should take everything he says seriously. Wu stands back and turns to you. What now? Oh, what now? We stay in the shadows, we don't, we're dead too. We find the plastic-faced man and drag him somewhere private, make him dig his own hole, then we fill it. Well, no. We find out who this plastic-faced man is, then we get some answers. With what resources? Cheng's eyes sparkle. I'm afraid there are some facts you're going to have to face. Yeah, no, I know what you're gonna say, madam. I know what you're gonna say. She puts on a grave face. You are alone in this country. No network, no money, no identity. I can protect you from the police, but how would you go about discovering what happened to Raymond without me? How would you survive? This is a topic that requires serious consideration. Well, Madam Cheng, you did say that you want to figure out who killed your runners. So maybe we can help each other. The people who are after us are the same people who killed your runners. Let us work together to deal with them. Kylie wipes her hand across a stack of tiles, spreading the ivory-colored pieces across the table. You've had a very long night, my sweets. Very long. And frankly, you all look like shit. Right now, I promise you safety in my town for the night. We'll talk about the plastic-faced man tomorrow. If you like. Kindly gestures to Gobbert and Isabel. Ladies, go find our new friends a place to bed down. In that rat's nest squat boat you call home. We'll all talk after you've slept. Figure out our next steps together. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Thank you for your help, Auntie. She still hasn't given us permission to call her Auntie. What questions do I need to ask? You know, sure. No questions, my darling. Sleep. I'll figure out what to do with you in the morning. Okay. Let's go, Simon, and beat to hell. Alright, get some sleep. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Cheng wants to make sure that the people who killed her runners don't just get away with it. Reliable Matthew? This tall, lanky Hong Konger regards you with a sickly smile. He holds a smoking cigarillo limply in his fingers, and he's surrounded by drones. Smooth jazz plays on tinny speakers. Hi, I'm SCKC. He lazily waves you off with his cigarillo. No deals for outsiders. Moving along, beautiful. Moving along. Hong Kong people, I mean, are they not really like this? I think it's only because we are on gang territory. I mean, it's not, I mean, the game implies that people here are xenophobic and unfriendly to outsiders. But it's quite possible that the triads actually forbid them from doing business, from doing like unauthorized business. So, Goblin, you two can bunk here for a while. She nods with her nose towards a hatch. You've each got a bed to take care of your necessities. You've each got a head to take care of your necessaries. Try to knock before you enter someone else's, okay? You've each got a head to take care of your necessaries? What does that even mean? Try to knock before you enter someone else's, okay? Okay. Seriously. I know the drill. Wu turns to you, stinks of fish just like that place we squatted at on Leary Avenue, back when we were kids, the one with that Aslan family and that dog. They were good people. I remember it being a dump. They were good people. Yeah, until the 162s decided they wanted the place. He wiped his nose with a gloved hand. They were good people. Sorry that had to happen to him. He stretches and his spine pops like a handful of firecrackers. I think I've been up for something like 36 hours straight. He drops his arm, and this has been one shit stain of a day. Time to end it. The orc turns to you, raises an eyebrow. Anything you need before I leave you to it? Alright, let's go ask her stuff. It's just you and Isabel living here. It used to be the other two guys, too. Oh yeah, hey, let's talk about the two who died. Yeah, Goblet's mouth screws up a bit. Now that Nightjar and Gunshot are gone, it's just us. Right. The squeal of metal grinding on metal rips through the boat. It sounds like it's coming from the level below. And the creepy Russian guy renting the engine room downstairs. Oh, there's a creepy Russian guy in the basement. Okay. Nothing to worry about, he mostly keeps to himself. She checks her PDA, he'll stop soon. He's usually quiet by now. Is there a place for my stuff? Yeah, check the locker over there. You can stash your stuff in it. None will touch your things in here, and it's a lot bigger than it looks. How'd you get your hands on this place? How do people like us get our hands on anything? We found it. You found it empty? He sweeps his eyes across the cabin. The doubt is plain on his face. Somebody abandoned a prime piece of real estate like this? She shrugs. Close enough. It was full of BTL junkies when we came across it. They were completely wigged out on some multiplayer cyber game. I'm not sure they ever chipped out of it. Oh, they were playing an MMO and you just kicked them out? Wait a minute, what did you do to them? They were completely emaciated, stewing in piles of their own shit. Their eyes had sunk into their skulls, pretty gruesome stuff. Oh, were they dead? They got a little bit too into the video games. They racked up a killer score though. True, they had the moves. Should have hung an IV while they were playing though. Turns out nutrition is important. So what happened? Did they die? She shrugs. Nightjar ran them out. Not sure what happened to them after that. Anyway, it's ours now. Auntie Cheng says so. You just kicked them. You kicked a bunch of gamers out onto the street. Come on, gamers, Gobbet. Have some respect. Alright, all but the engine room, you mean? Right, everything but that. Auntie rented it out from under us. That must have pissed you off. She shrugs, whatever, we weren't using it. As long as our downstairs neighbor keeps to himself, he can have the lower level. Especially if it keeps Auntie Cheng happy. Alright, think I have a look around. Okay, but get some sleep soon, you look like you could use it. We'll go see Kylie in the morning and figure out our next move. You mean she'll tell us our next move?